I like excessively excessive. We're about to launch a brand new signature rally wheel from Rotiform, and we've been doing a little testing with it.
Look at that sweet little jewel.
Oh! Holy! Think you can still drive on that?
Of course.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the reason we're here today, a big special announcement. Isn't that right, Ken?
Yes, I really like wheels. Wheels, not rims, wheels. We announced last year, and we've been selling now for over a year, my Rotiform wheel and my fuel wheel, and there's actually the fuel wheel right there.
The UTV version?
Yep, and they've actually done really well. So I've had a lot of fun designing and working with those guys, but we needed a rally race wheel. So that's what we're here today to say. We've been testing, we've been developing, we've actually been out racing on it, you know, the ultimate real test. You know, we wanted to make sure we did this right. We're gonna make sure this thing is bulletproof.
So, this is the new wheel. We've run this now on 2 different races so far.
Yeah, 2 races, several tests, and really abused the crap out of it, including one of the toughest rallies in the States, the New England Forest Rally. I was actually running quite well in that rally, and a different mechanical part broke.
I think we broke something in the drivetrain.
Yeah. Not this part. Really proud and happy to be have my own signature rally wheel. I'm not sure that there's ever been a signature rally wheel. Zach, you'll have to do some internet research on that.
I did a little internet research, and from what I could find on the Googles, there are none. But comment below if there is somebody that I missed, and then you could just roast me in the comments. Because
as far as rally goes, we've never seen that. And rally wheels really are kind of special because these things get the crap abused out of them. And a lot of times when we lose a tire, you know, like the tire goes flat, we end up driving a pretty long ways on it. If we're on a really long stage, we'll stop and change it because you'll lose 2 to 3 minutes. But if I'm a couple miles out from the end of the stage, you know, we'll keep driving on it. And one example we actually have hanging up in the office here on the anchor wall is a wheel that I drove on in WRC Spain. I was only a couple miles from the end of the last stage of the rally. I felt the wheel go, you know, flat, and I said, okay, Alex, how much further do we have to go? And it was only a couple miles. We were literally grinding on this edge, the rim. We were grinding on the rim there to get traction to make right turns. That's the kind of situations that rally wheels get put into, and then we have to deal with it as a driver. So that's why they're so good, not only hitting rocks and that sort of thing in the stage, but literally to be driven on if there's no better option. And that's literally, to me, the definition of ain't care. And that's only one example. You could look it up on the internet of guys like Sebastian Loeb driving back to service, like in Mexico on a rim. And then even for me in 2012 in the X Games in downtown LA, where the tire went flat and I was driving on the rim and a flat tire, and I finished second, silver medal to Sebastian Loeb in that X Games.
there was also that point in 2019 at Nitro World Games where you're hitting the 120-foot jump.
Oh, yeah.
You have a picture of you soaring over it with, you know, one completely flat tire.
Yeah, 40 or 50 feet in the air. And I had to trust that when I landed, that wheel was still going to be together. That's the sort of trust that rally and rallycross drivers have in these wheels, that they're built, you know, to stay together.
Not only does the wheel have to be crazy strong, but it's got to be light, because you can't have a ton of reciprocating mass slowing you down and wearing out parts as well, right?
Right. It's got to be strong. It's got to handle everything we're going to throw at it. You know, we want it to look good too. This is what connects to the ground, and the lighter and faster that wheel can turn, the faster you can go. So we really work to try and get as much weight out of this as possible, but still have it be, you know, as strong as wheels that we need for rally.
Here's the cool part. This wheel is actually going to be available to the public coming very soon. So we figured if that's going to be the case, if it's going to be driven on the street, probably do some different kind of testing.
Well, yeah, I mean, these will definitely be strong enough to hit or run over curbs. The occasional rock rolling out to you on a, you know, a canyon run.
Yeah, yeah.
So
or, you know, let's say, like, you know, you piss off your girlfriend and she hits your wheel with a sledgehammer. Or, like, I don't know, shoots at you with one of your guns.
Okay, it might be able to handle that too. That would be a good thing to test.
Yeah, so I mean,
I'm
look,
pretty sure we have a sledgehammer here somewhere.
I think we do some testing. First up, let's go up on the roof. we'll do a little curb testing, right? We'll, I mean, this is about 20, 30 feet, right?
You get the roof there, I get to hit it with a sledgehammer. Yes.
Let's do it.
Science.
All right, so we are up here on the roof now. See how she holds up. Gentlemen. 3, 2, 1.
That's definitely way worse than a curb hit. That's about as bad a damage as you could possibly get. I don't think we could actually do it any worse than that.
It's like, that's hitting something hard.
Yeah, that's like hitting a big curb at like 60 miles an hour. I don't think you would ever do that.
You also don't have a tire tech. So here's the deal. We actually repeated this drop test a few days earlier to see what would happen on like a normal stockish wheel. If you remember the old Destiny drop top 5-liter Fox body that Ken and I went and picked up in Denver airport, you remember it had some really terrible looking wheels on it. Well, we used those as our test bed. Here's what happened.
Let's go to the next test.
Sledgehammer?
Sledgehammer.
Let's go.
It's loud right there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right on the small part of the spoke, it just barely dents it.
Maybe we just need to up the ante a little bit.
I mean, this is Utah. We're in the country.
Should we do some country?
There's guns and tanks and stuff, I think, available.
Yeah. Good thing is, we are here in Utah, and we happen to know some people. So I think it's about time we ratchet this test up a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean about 40 notches. You ready?
Let's do this.
We're out here at Ken's moto track. We're trying to do now the excessively excessive sciencing part of this strength test.
I like excessively excessive.
So here's the deal.
I think that's your whole MO, isn't it?
You know, it's there. It's there. I'm trying to, try to dial it back these days. But here's what we got going on. Our friends over at Dead Air Silencers were kind enough to come out, bring some hardware, if you will, test tools, and then we are going to see how your new signature rally wheel holds up to the most extreme testing.
Heavyweight tools.
We've got some very large weapons, and we've got this, a phantom camera. Because not only do we want to, do a completely unnecessary strength test, but we want to see it happen in super slow motion, see what actually happens to the wheel.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
I mean, if you're gonna do something, you might as well do it right and do it with some equipment that not only will perform well, but show it to us well on camera.
That's right. So here's what we've got. Our test tools for today. We will have this Noveski SBR, which shoots a 5.56 round. Now this is suppressed with one of Dead Air's Nomad 30 suppressors. Then we're gonna step it up to this FAL that shoots a 7.62 NATO round. That's suppressed with the Sandman S. By the way, if you're wondering why it's suppressed, it's because, you know what, it's gonna be really loud and for your neighbors.
I like my ears.
We've got this Barrett MRAD that shoots a 300 Win Mag. That's suppressed with a Nomad LTI suppressor. And then we've got the most excessive of the excessive. This Barrett 50 cal is suppressed by this CGS group suppressor. This thing's huge. Like, just look at this sheer difference in size.
Size matters. I don't think I've ever seen a gun that large shot this close up, so I'm kind of stoked to see that.
So this is science, right? So we have a control group here. We do have an actual one of your older rally wheels.
Yep, it was originally on a Ford Focus, but we used it on a Fiesta also.
We're gonna run through a couple tests. We're gonna see how that one holds up. Then we're gonna put the Rotiform on there, see what happens to it. Let's get to sciencing. Do you have a hypothesis on what's gonna happen to the wheel when it gets shot?
I have guesses. They're very uneducated guesses. You know, knowing how good these wheels are built and what they're built for, I'm assuming the metal of the bolt might just slip right through, or with some of these it might shatter and crack some. So, but that's why we're here. We're here for science. We're gonna check this out and see what it's like in case we're rallying through a war zone at some point getting shot at. Is our wheel gonna survive?
We've got our Noveski SBR with our Nomad 30 and a 5.56 round.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's party.
Straight through it.
A little bigger exit.
Yeah. Okay. It bounced out.
The wheel is taking it well. This one's like, off me.
Maybe try something bigger now. Dang. Much bigger hole this time.
Oh yeah.
Look at this. It
held.
held its composure. So like the other ones, when it started getting close to the edge, it started blowing off the edge.
I mean, you need to see the back of that. Yeah, that one's pretty cleanly through. That, I mean, I was pretty proud of the wheel on the first shot that, you know, it kind of just said, no, I reject you. That one, not so much.
What are we shooting now?
Barrett MRAD, chambered in 300 Win Mag currently. So
Okay.
we've got a little 150 grain. Let's see what it does.
Rock and roll. Did he just put that right next to the other one?
I think so.
Wow.
I wanted to make another one that was in the middle of the spoke. That got some meat.
Right about there.
It's got a pretty big
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
exit wound. Holding up though.
Yeah. Think you can still drive on that?
Of course.
All right, let's go bigger.
Look at that sweet little jewel.
Oh yeah, that's nice. So while we've got a second here, do you want to explain what that round is?
It's armor piercing incendiary, so it has a little incendiary charge in the front of the projectile underneath the jacket, and then it has a tungsten carbide core.
Okay. So this is basically like, I mean, this is just going to go through pretty much anything.
You go through a lot. About 2 inches or so of steel is about the most I've ever been able to shoot one through, just mild steel.
All right, boys.
Let me know when you want it.
I'm ready whenever you are.
Here it goes.
Think you could still drive on this wheel?
Nah.
That's a big exit.
Yeah. Wow. Very large hole on the exit. So far, our tests have revealed that armor-piercing rounds are going to go straight through it like butter. Now we're going to get the Rotiform on there and see how it holds up. Whoa!
Perfect shot.
Wow. I think you could still run this.
Yeah, it's just an extra hole in the spoke.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's still holding up well.
Dude. Honestly, if we just like take and de-bird that, I bet we could throw a tire on that and run it.
And you should. I'd balance it first. My suggestion, I mean.
I don't know, man. In conclusion, it's held together really well.
That was a tough wheel.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rotiform.
Guys, the coolest part about this is that powder coat is held up. It hasn't flaked once.
It always looks fake. That hub.
So we found that Ken's signature Rotiform rally wheel can withstand a 50 cal incendiary round. I think it's time we bring out the real big guns. Are you ready?
I mean, I never imagined having a tank in the middle of our moto track. So not exactly what the moto track was built for, but for science, perfect.
That's right. Now, if you're wondering what the hell this is a Czech OT90. It weighs 24,000 pounds. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna run over your wheel and see if it can withstand.
I mean, this is the final test, right?
This is the final test.
All right.
So it's shot with like 4 different style of rounds, hit with the 50 cal with the incendiary, actually 2 of them. And
that's after all the stuff we actually did with it at Union Racing.
That's right. Lots of jumps. Now, this is the final test. Can it withstand being run over by a tank?
I mean, this really just how strong a rally wheel is.
I think so. Mike, you ready?
Dude, I came up here ready.
Yeah, it does. Big time.
But it proves the point.
It does. I mean...
It's just not pretty.
No.
I mean, in the midst of rocks. Ta-da!
Good stuff. So what did we learn here today, Ken?
Rally wheels are strong. American engineering. Well, it's Italian help.
Later, dude.